There's a specific kind of tired that rest doesn't fix, where you sleep and somehow wake up already braced, where calm feels like a life hack everyone discovered years ago and forgot to share in the group chat. If that sounds familiar, you're in exactly the right place. Today we're talking about 5 micro habits that can actually help your nervous system find its way back to calm. Small things, weird things honestly, backed by real neuroscience, and doable on your flattest, most done-with-it days. If you caught our last video on the 5 signs of a dysregulated nervous system, consider this the part 2 you didn't know you were waiting for. And if you're new here, welcome. Pull up a chair. Your nervous system picked a good day to stumble across this. Here's the thing about nervous system regulation. It sounds clinical, like something you'd need a specialist and a lot of incense for. But the research says otherwise. Your nervous system is plastic. That's the actual scientific term. It learns, it adapts with small, consistent inputs over time. It can genuinely shift out of threat mode and back towards safety. None of what we're covering today requires a retreat, a cold plunge pool, or any kind of personality overhaul. Just small things, consistent things. Let's go. Micro habit 1, the physiological sigh. And yes, that's a real name. Scientists discovered it in the 1930s. It's been popularized more recently by Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist at Stanford University. Here's what it is. You take one deep inhale through your nose. Then, before you exhale, you take a second, shorter inhale on top of it, and then you let it all out slowly through your mouth. That double inhale fully reinflates tiny air sacs in your lungs that collapse under stress. And the long exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest side of things, directly and rapidly. A clinical trial led by Huberman and Dr. David Spiegel at Stanford, published in Cell Reports Medicine, found that just 5 minutes of cyclic sighing daily reduced overall stress, improved mood, and lowered resting heart rate more effectively than mindfulness meditation alone. One breath takes about 10 seconds. You can do this in a meeting, in traffic, in the 3 minutes before a phone call you're dreading. Your nervous system doesn't know or care where you are. It just responds. Micro habit 2, cold water on your face. I know it sounds like something your grandmother told you, but there's actual neuroscience here, so stay with me. When cold water contacts your face, it triggers something called the trigeminal vagal reflex, also known as the mammalian dive reflex. This is a reflex shared across all mammals. It directly stimulates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is essentially your nervous system's express lane to calm. When it activates, your heart rate drops, sympathetic activity decreases, and your system shifts towards the parasympathetic side, all within seconds. Research published in peer-reviewed journals has shown that cold facial stimulation measurably increases heart rate variability, which is one of the key markers of a regulated nervous system. The effect kicks in fast. One study found onset within about 5 seconds of cold contact. 30 seconds. Cold water on your face, that's the whole thing. No ice bath required, no Wim Hof soundtrack necessary. And that's exactly the kind of small, science-backed tool this channel is here for. If you're finding this useful and want more micro wins in your life, a subscribe keeps this little club going. It genuinely means a lot. Anyway, back to your nervous system. Micro habit 3, the body scan. And no, this does not require lying on a mat for 45 minutes listening to someone whisper about ocean waves. A body scan is simply this. You take 2 to 5 minutes to slowly move your attention through your body, from feet to head, noticing what's there, not fixing it, not judging it, just noticing. Here's why it works. When the nervous system is dysregulated, the body and the brain lose clear communication. The body holds tension, bracing signals, threat responses, and the mind stops receiving those signals clearly. The body scan reestablishes that connection. A study published in Psychosomatic medicine found that participants who practiced body scan meditation for 8 weeks showed measurable reductions in inflammation markers associated with chronic stress. A German research team found that even a 20-minute recorded body scan reduced biological stress markers, including cortisol levels. Dr. Sarah Lazar, neuroscientist at Harvard Medical School, has documented measurable changes in brain structure after just 8 weeks of mindfulness practice, including the body scan. Start at your feet, move slowly upward, Notice tension without trying to release it. 2 minutes is enough to begin. The goal is not relaxation. The goal is contact with your own body. Relaxation often follows, but it's a side effect, not the target. Microhabit 4. A safe social microdose. And I want to be precise here because this one gets misunderstood. According to Dr. Stephen Porges and Polyvagal Theory, the social engagement system is the fastest route back to ventral vagal safety. In plain terms, genuine connection with a safe person is one of the most powerful nervous system regulators that exists. But here's the nuance. When you're dysregulated, full socializing can feel completely overwhelming. And forcing yourself into loud, draining social situations while already burnt out can make things worse, not better. So the micro version of this habit is not a dinner party. It's a 2-minute check-in with someone you genuinely feel safe with. A brief text exchange with a friend who gets it. Eye contact and a real smile with someone at a coffee shop. A short voice note, a 30-second phone call where someone just says, "Hey, I see you." These tiny doses of safe connection activate the same neural pathways as deeper socializing without the energy cost that full social engagement requires when you're running on empty. The signal your nervous system needs is, "I'm safe. Someone sees me. That's it." Microhabit 5. Movement snacks. Not a workout, not a routine, just small, brief bouts of intentional movement scattered through the day. Here's why this matters for your nervous system specifically. When the body is in threat mode, stress hormones, primarily cortisol and adrenaline, build up. Movement is one of the most direct ways to metabolize those chemicals and help the body complete what researchers call the stress cycle. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, has written extensively about how the body stores unprocessed stress responses in physical tension. Movement, even brief movement, helps discharge those stored states. A movement snack looks like this: 30 seconds of shaking out your hands and arms, a 2-minute walk around the block, 5 slow neck rolls, standing up and stretching for 90 seconds between tasks. Anything that gets the body moving and signals to the nervous system, the threat has passed, we can discharge now. The research on even brief movement for stress regulation is strong. Studies consistently show reductions in cortisol and improvements in mood and cognitive function after even 2 to 5 minutes of light physical activity. So, 5 micro habits to reset your nervous system: the physiological sigh, cold water on your face, the body scan, a safe social microdose, and movement snacks. None of these are a cure, none of them are magic. What they are is consistent, small signals to a nervous system that has been working too hard for too long. Signals that say, it's safe now, we can come back. The nervous system doesn't reset overnight, but it does respond gradually, cumulatively, to small inputs repeated over time. That's not a motivational platitude. That's how neuroplasticity actually works. Start with one, just one, whichever one felt most doable. Do it once today. That's a micro win. That's enough. Thank you for being here. See you again on the next episode of Micro Wins Club. Small steps towards real change.